Hello, my joyous Geminis. Welcome back. As you know, I am Sachi the Scorpio, and I am here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading for the month of July. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And as you've noticed, Gemini, you are the last this month because I am now recording the videos in order of whoever gets the most like from the previous video segment. So if you like this video, there's a higher likelihood that you will get the next video sooner. For anyone new here, welcome. Today we're going to be using the Manara Erotic Tarot for the general energy and to see what's going on. We also take a look at the light aspect of things, and this is the lighter karmic lessons of what's going on and what is known to us, what is in the light. We also take a look at the shadow, and that's the darker, deeper, more difficult karmic lessons and what might be hidden from us in the shadow that we try to bring to the light, not only to become aware of it, but also so that we can heal it. So since I'm recording this in Cancer season, I'm going to be channeling the emotional root of what is happening in your twin flame soulmate journey. Don't forget, we just got out of the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, but we are still in that shadow period that lasts 2 weeks after it exited retrograde, but we do still have the Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Saturn moved back into Capricorn on June 30th, and we also have the Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So for other more astrology, some free tarot, and some other good stuff, please follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter. I'll have that information in the description box below. And for anyone who needs to be breaking some of their cycles, please see my Eclipse messages and Solstice cycle breaking tarot, which I will link at the end of this, and it's also going to be in the description box below, because as you know, in the twin flame journey, when you start breaking your cycles, it allows your soul growth, and soul growth is how the twin flames unite. So Gemini, during the cleansing ceremony, I got some information. So in this deck, forgetting oneself popped out. So I have a feeling that you might have lost your sense of self a little bit inside of this relationship. You might have forgot to put yourself first, which is always important in a relationship. Also, my twin flame candle, the two flames started going at each other, so I do feel like there's some sort of fight, and it looked like one was being a little bit more aggressive than the other is what I got. We had the King of Fire come out in reverse, so that's a Leo card in reverse. Again, your sense of self. But what it said to me was that the divine masculine isn't using their passion, their love, their lust, their intensity in the right way, right? It's being used improperly. And there could also be some sexual promiscuity there. And it's also the card of the dark arts. Just gonna say it. And then my clarifier deck, Bravery, came out using dual cut. So I feel like there was a cut in communication with two people, or you've been hurt twice in the same way, in the same type of communicative way, or both the twins inside of you have just decided to cut it out. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the emotional root of what is happening with you, the emotional root of what is happening with your person, and then we will also see what is at the emotional root for the month of July. So what is going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Please show what is at the emotional root for Gemini here. What is at the emotional root? We have, is this me, in reverse? Yeah, like I said, you know, the forgetting oneself came out in the cleansing ceremony. So is this me? You know, I feel like you're not questioning that anymore because you're really finding yourself, right? You're no longer questioning. You're finding out like, yep, this is me and that's not me. And you're very much really instilling your sense of self here. What is at the emotional root of the other person, of the twin flame soulmate? Parasite. Yeah, you know, like I said, the sense of self might have not been, you know, very strong on your end, and you might have been questioning, you know, who am I? Who am I? And that's pretty common for Geminis anyway, because I know, you know, you have so much dualistic energy. You literally have twins inside of you where it's not like, oh yeah, I can see both sides. It's like, no, I see both sides simultaneously and comprehend them and believe them. You know, like that's the beautiful thing about Geminis, is that they have that ability to really, you know, to see things for what they are from both perspectives and validate both sides. You know, like Libra will try to balance it out, but Gemini really has the ability to yeah, think like left brain, right brain at the exact same time. But anyway, I feel like, you know, whatever this relationship was, your sense of self was very much enmeshed in your partner. And it's because your person seems to be a little parasitic. They might not be able to, you know, generate that spark or, you know, generate their own energy on their, you know, by themselves. So they've been very parasitic towards you. And I feel like them feeding off of you, you know, energetically, or perhaps, you know, draining you financially, whatever it may be, because they've been very parasitic towards you, it made you lose your sense of self, where maybe the way that you viewed yourself was very much only in definition of your relationship with this person. Like, I'm this person's, you know, husband, or this person's wife or girlfriend or mother, daughter, whatever it may be. But yeah, they were definitely, you know, being parasitic towards you. This is not a symbiotic relationship here. Let's see what's at the emotional root for the month of July. What is at the emotional root for the month of July? We have bride in a cage in reverse. So some of you, you know, you could have been either you're married to this person, you've been contemplating being married to this person, but some sort of like higher form of commitment with this person basically has taken place in the past, and they wanted to keep you in a cage, right? They really kept you on lockdown, that you didn't have your freedom to be who you truly are, right? Because like the way that they were a parasite towards you stopped you from being able to be your true self. And you are finally like, all right, I'm fucking out of this cage. I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Okay, I'm sure that you... Wow, and there was a knock at my window. I don't know if you heard that, but there was like a slight knocking at the window. So I feel like they're trying to get back in now that you've gotten out of your cage. I hope you didn't mind that little karaoke moment. But yeah, definitely you are... I feel how empowered you are, Gemini, to no longer be in this cage and be fed off of by this parasite. And, you know, we have to give our partners the benefit of the doubt, right? I mean, we don't have to, but I will, right? Some people, that's the only way that they know how to live, is to be a parasite. Some people don't know how to, you know, be self-sufficient and live on their own. And they might have grown up, you know, in a home where parasitic relationship was the norm, right? So, all right, let's see. What is this? Is this me in reverse? So Gemini's figuring out who they are. Can we see a little bit about this, Spirit? Please show us what is going on with our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yes, we have the 10 of water. This is Pisces, Mars. So you are really taking action towards only what is emotionally fulfilling towards you. This is one of the most positive water cards that we can get. Arguably the best water card in this deck specifically. The 10 of water, this Pisces, Mars, you know, Mars is how you take action and how you move forward. And Piscean energy is very much, you know, that blissful, dreamy type stuff. You're really only taking action towards what brings you, you know, your wish fulfillment, what brings you happiness, what brings you joy, what makes you feel satiated, you know, what really emotionally fulfills you. You're done with the negative emotions here. You're done. What else about this 10 of water? Yeah, the sun, exactly. You know, this is the sun, Leo energy. You are going towards what makes you you, you know, your sun sign. The sun is very much your core, your personality. You are going towards, you know, you're going towards exactly what you need to be going towards. There's a lot of very positive energy here for July. I'm loving it. If you're not seeing that manifest, it's probably going to be manifesting during Leo season at the end of the month. I will say just be a little bit careful about, you know, Piscean energy does have a little bit of delusion in it, right? Because it does rule dreams and illusions. And this sun card can indicate the story of Icarus, you know, who flies to the sun with wax on the wings and then the wings melt. So just try to be as realistic as possible. I do seeing you, you know, flying out of this cage and like, all right, I'm out of here, which I 100% support and it looks very good. But just make sure that you don't get lost in La La Land is what I'm hearing. All right, let's see what the light aspect of this is for our dear Geminis. What's the light aspect here? What's the light aspect? Probably a lot of light because this is really positive. This is some really good energy. Going right to the sun, we have Samurott using pike. So, yeah, I feel like there could be some fish involved here. You might actually be fishing. I don't know if you know, pike fish. But I very much feel like, you know, you've kind of put someone's head on a pike here. And you're like, all right, you know, like you've noticed that you've been screwed. And now you're kind of screwing back is what I'm hearing. But it's not in, you know, a nefarious way. There's no evil intent is what I'm getting. But you're just like, all right, I'm done. Because this is water energy, right? Which has to do with emotions. Can also be dealing with the throat chakra. So you might have really just like, you know, see that like screw on his head, the pike on his head. Like you might have really piked someone emotionally here. But I feel like it's because that was done to you, right? Someone has really emotionally hurt you. And that's why you're like, all right, I'm only going towards things that bring me emotional fulfillment and emotional joy, positive energy. I'm just going to the light, baby. I'm just going to the light. It says, one swing of the sword incorporated in its armor can fell an opponent. A simple glare from one of them quiets everybody. Yeah, I feel like you definitely instilled in this person, like, all right, shut the fuck up. Because I feel like they've hurt you in the past. And, you know, you have this ability to swing that sword and to, you know, really hurt them. And sword, you know, is communication in traditional tarot because it's air. So I feel like you have that ability, but you just kind of eyed the situation and like with a glare, you know, that death glare is what I'm getting. You gave this person the death glare. What's the shadow here? What's the shadow? What is the shadow? We have P-Dove using gust. Yeah, so there was a conversation where something definitely happened. So you might have you know, piked someone with your words here. But it's like you didn't say everything you wanted to say, but you said it with your eyes is what I'm getting. But I do feel like a conversation did take place for some of you because this is in the shadow, you know, like the 5D realm, the unseen realm, the astral realm. This could just be in your mind and maybe you didn't actually verbalize it because you're just trying to focus on the positivity. But gust energy, you know, birds I take as air communication. Gust is like, you know, kind of some crazy kicking up, some gust energy in communication. So I feel like mentally you might kind of be in a gust state, or this is kind of like the resonation of the shadow of the conversation that has taken place in the past here. It says, these Pokemon live in cities. They are accustomed to people. Flocks often gather in parks and plazas. So, you know, you might live in a city and now maybe you're going to spend time in some nature here, maybe do some fishing for some of you, spend some time in the sun. I feel like you are very much spending time in nature because you are used to spending time, you know, in the city, you know, it says it's accustomed to people and it gathers in parks and plazas. So I feel like you might be, you know, going to a park or a plaza in the sun, having some good times with some friends. You know, it talks about being accustomed to people. So I really feel like you might be becoming more social than you were in the past. And of course, you know, wear proper PPE, social distance, and all that stuff. At least, like, you know, especially if it's a law in your area, because you don't want to mess with the po-po. They've been a little, you don't want to be a bride in a cage, right? That's not the kind of freedom fighting we need right now. Whatever, I'm injecting my opinions. Ignore them, Gemini. All right, so we have parasite. Your person has been parasitic. Let's see. Let's see what their parasitic ass is up to. What's going on? At the emotional root, they're a parasite. Why? the Six of Earth. So this is Taurus moon. So this is because they get emotional fulfillment through material things. So, you know, they have to get their emotional fulfillment through the material, which, you know, can be money, housing, you know, anything tangible they can put their hands on, but mostly you is what I'm getting. You know, they get their energy by physically interacting with you, by, you know, being able to touch your body and things like that. So they very much, you know, and I feel like that's kind of how they were raised, is that they can only feel emotions from physical things. They might not have a healthy emotional body, right? They can't generate, you know, and emotionally regulate, so they use physical things in order to bring them emotional fulfillment here. Tell us more about this. Tell us more about this. Woof. Okay, well, we have, yep, the Ten of Air in reverse. So this is Gemini sun. They want to come to you. They don't want this to be over. Why? Well, because they're a parasite. Well, so we have Gemini sun in reverse. So, you know, the Ten of Air upright, this indicates a closing of a cycle, right? Because 9 is when you end a cycle with yourself. 10 is when you close it with somebody else. So I do see, you know, that you might have left them some material item is what I'm getting. Like, all right, you want this, whatever, you can take that. Right? Because she's leaving behind her little glass slipper. So you might have even left the door open in some way. Like, yeah, maybe we, you know, can talk later, but I'm out of here now, dude. And in reverse, they are not liking that. They don't want you to go because, again, they're coming right towards you. Yeah, the King of Water, they're very emotionally manipulative. This is a Scorpio card, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio or someone with a Taurus moon. It doesn't have to be that sign specifically, but it's just, you know, this person incorporates this scorpionic energy. And as a Scorpio myself, I will tell you, we are great emotional manipulators, especially when we're unevolved. And I'm feeling that unevolved scorpionic energy of, you know, emotionally manipulating you to try to get you back. Right? And it might be through material things. They might be offering you like, oh, come back, baby. I got you this lingerie. You know, here's some flowers. Oh, I'll give you some money. This, right? Because they're trying to summon you back after you have been whisked away. You know, they might offer you some glass slippers like, oh, you want this to complete your outfit? Oh, I got you. And that's a way of emotionally manipulating. They use material things in order to do that. Right? And that's how they get you. Like, that card wanted to go right to you while you're going towards the light. They're trying to bring you into that abyss like only a Scorpio can, right? So with the King of Water, they know exactly what they're doing. Very emotionally manipulative energy here. Is parasitic, baby. All right, what's the light energy here for this person? Again, going right to you. So we have Binnacle using double scratch. So yeah, this is a fighting type. I feel like they've hurt you. Whatever happened here that made you want to leave, they've hurt you twice in this way. You know, and in the cleansing ceremony, like I mentioned, we had Bravery using dual cut. And I was like, so either you've cut 2 people out, or, you know, both your twins are like, all right, I'm fucking out of here, which looks like what happened. Or you were hurt in the same way twice, right? And that's what I'm feeling here with this double scratch, that they hurt you twice in the same way. And that's why you're like, all right, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I feel like George Bush in that speech. Have you heard that? Like, fool me once, what? Yeah, well, you fool me, you can't fool me again, or whatever the hell he says. It's really funny. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but anyway, I feel like they're kind of a goofball in that way, right? They might not be able to articulate properly how they feel, and so instead they just hurt. They just hurt, and it went right to the pike. So they definitely have used this fighting energy in order to hurt you emotionally, and it's not once, it's twice. You know, it might have been even more than twice, but I think that this was like the biggest time, and it's not the first biggest time is what I'm hearing. And we do have, you know, the evil eye, hand of protection sort of thing. So I do suggest that you do that, because they, again, a lot of their energy is just coming at you. It's coming at you. That emotional manipulation, King of Water, came at you. And Binnacle using double scratch came at you. So they might try to hurt you again, right? Because sometimes the way that some people learn how to emotionally manipulate others is to hurt them, right? Because sometimes when we get hurt, we feel the need to, you know, go back to them so that they can make the emotions right. It's a cycle of abuse. So just be very, very careful about that. It says, 2 binnacle live together on one rock. When they fight, one of them will move to a different rock. So exactly, you know, you might have actually physically left this person. You might have lived together and decided to leave here. But definitely someone has left, and it looks like you, baby. It looks like you, because here you are going towards the light, and they're like, no, don't go. Don't go. I have the missing piece. Your slipper. All right, what's the shadow here? What's the shadow here? What's the shadow? Again, okay, so we have Probopass using Rock Tomb. So again, it's a fighting type. So in the shadow for them, it's very much fighting. And Rock Tomb, I'm taking very much as, you know, they're in a dark place. They're going into a tomb here. And yeah, it's just like, I really feel that. I also, you know, there's 3 little ones here. So children could be involved, or they might be trying to get, you know, other people involved here is what I'm getting. They could have a big nose or a mustache, but really I take this kind of as like a disguise type energy. So they might be wearing a mask in some way. It says, it freely controls 3 small units called mini noses using magnetic force. Yeah, so I feel like they might have some people that they are controlling as well, right? Because they're parasites, so they feed off of others. So there might be other people involved where maybe they're trying to get information about you, right? This is in the shadow, so you might not know about it because they're controlling other people, and they might be, you know, trying to find out info about you. I'm going to ask. Tell us about these 3 people. What's up? What's up with these little mini noses, right? People trying to get in your business. Tell us about these 3 mini noses. Yeah, I'm only going to take the top one. So trainer, that's you, energy switch. So they're trying to use other people. You know, trainer indicates the other person would be you. And energy switch is if you have a change in your energy, and this is grass type, which is the heart chakra. So they're trying to use other people to figure out if you've switched your heart, right? If you're giving your heart to someone else, how your heart feels about them. They're really trying to get some info on you. Again, you might not know that because it's in the shadow. So just be careful who you're talking to about your heart chakra. So at the emotional root, we have Bride in a Cage. Please tell us more about this. We have 7 of Earth. This is Taurus Saturn. So very much slow moving energy of some sort of physical manifestation. I'm getting that, you know, they might send you a letter or send you text. They might give you a bunch of stuff, right? And they're lurking in the background. And a lot of it is like, you know, someone talked the talk, but are they going to walk the walk, right? They may have promised you a lot of stuff, and, you know, like it just didn't come to fruition in some way. But this relationship, I do feel, is very much paper-based. I don't know if some of you are getting divorced or getting married, or, you know, getting out, or no longer wanting to get married, or some sort of commitment because you no longer want to be in a cage here. So, you know, I very much feel like there is some sort of going over either some contract or going over, you know, past texts or letters that have been sent to you. You know, some paperwork energy is here, or, you know, or just, you know, going through text, or them like sending you a bunch of fucking, you know, how they're in their feels and stuff. And remember, you know, they're being emotionally manipulative. So just keep that in mind for what they say to you. And, you know, we do have this person lurking in the background. Very much Edgar Allan Poe kind of energy. I don't know if someone's writing you some poetry. But, you know, this person lurking in the background, again, just be careful of these 3 mini noses that are trying to get in your biz to try to find out. So, you know, they might send you something and say a bunch of stuff. And if you have friends like, oh, well, what do you think about that? Da 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 da. Just know that information might go to your person. All right, what's the light energy here? Going right to you. We have Beedrill using Swarming Sting. Yeah, so this is the heart chakra and Swarming Sting. I feel like you're going to be bugged here, right? And I feel like Swarming Sting is, you know, your heart chakra is stung. I do feel that. I feel that you've been hurt in your heart, right? Because someone really hurt you emotionally. So, of course, your heart chakra is going to hurt. But Swarming Sting, I feel like there's a lot of people kind of coming at your heart chakra wanting to know, like, what you're feeling in your heart. We also have Bee Spirit coming up. It says, may appear in a swarm, flies at violent speeds, all the while stabbing with its toxic stinger on its rear. You know, the toxic stinger, very scorpionic energy, so this person really might have some scorpionic energy in them, but it talks about coming in swarms, you know, at violent speeds, flying at violent speeds, and you know the flying energy is very much air, so there could be some violent words coming at you if they haven't already. And that's kind of like why, like, yep, I'm out. And there's more people, right? Because it's a swarm. So a lot of people are involved here. And we see that there's the 3 mini noses. So just be careful. All right, what's the shadow here? What is the shadow here for our Geminis? What's the shadow? We have Trainer Professor Kukui in reverse. We have Kangaskhan using Tiny Punch and Scorpio using Pin Missile. Again, we have a Scorpio card. So, you know, Trainer indicating the other person, but I feel like this is a third party, Professor Kukui. So what I'm feeling is that your person, like, refuses to seek professional help, right? Or, like, yeah, like, they're just refusing. So maybe they need professional help. You know, about, you know, their parasitic and emotionally manipulative issues, right? But they're refusing to see it. Instead, they just attack, and they also use others to attack you as well. So, you know, it's kind of sad that they won't see a professional, because it does seem like they might need some professional help. But Kangaskhan using Tiny Punch, this is a mother Pokemon. It's a kangaroo, and as you can see, like, the baby's in the pouch, and there's a tiny punch here. So there's some hurt involved in some sort of mother-child relationship here. And I feel like this person might have learned this behavior from their mother, right? They might have never learned how to treat people other than, you know, in a parasitic way. And it's because maybe the relationship with their mother was very codependent, where they truly never left the pouch, right? And they feel the need to have that sort of closeness and, you know, codependency with people because they're just replaying the relationship with their mother. It says, if it is safe, the young gets out of the belly pouch to play. The adult keeps a close eye on the youngster. So, yeah, I feel like any time that you kind of get out of their pouch, where they try to, you know, constantly keep you near, or vice versa, you know, if you get out of their pouch or they get out of your pouch, whoever kind of plays that role, but it looks like they like to be in the pouch. You know, it looks like that you're either keeping a close eye on them. We know that they're keeping a close eye on you, right? But there's definitely this aspect of enmeshment here. And it might be because, like, their mother was so overbearing and, like, you know, always keeping such a close eye, and that's why they feel the need to be so in your space. And that's very scorpionic, right? That obsession of, like, I need to know everything at all times. Very unevolved scorpion energy, I will say. And, you know, it's like their mother might have been so overbearing that way, and, like, even when they got out of the pouch, you know, they were still being watched consistently. And now that person is like, okay, now you're out of the pouch, right? Because you're out of the fucking cage. And they still feel the need to find out everything that's happening in your life. So they send their little mini noses to try to find out, you know, what's going on with you, because they need to know everything. And yeah, they should see a professional about this issue. And then we have Scorpy using Pin Missile. So this is a psychic type. Pin Missile I take very much as a poison attack. So again, this poison stinger energy. So I do feel like they're going to try to sting you, you know, emotionally abuse you is what I want to say, in order to try to weaken you so that you aren't, you know, only feeling these positive emotions and going to the sun, right? They don't want you to go towards the light. They want you to go towards them. So I do feel that energy. This is also psychic type. So they might be, you know, astrally sending you some poison, right? Psychically sending you some poison. So make sure you know, protect yourself, cleanse your chakras, you know, protect your aura, call in your spirit guides to protect you, because this person's definitely coming and attacking you. And it looks like multiple people here, you know, a swarm's coming for you. It says, it burrows under the sand to lie in wait for prey. Its tail claw can inject its prey with a savage poison. Yeah, they definitely are, you know, feeling poison, and their emotionally manipulation, they might be waiting in the sand for you to come to them, right? And until then, they send their little mini noses to try to find out more information about you, because they want to, you know, act like, oh yeah, you're out of the pouch, don't worry, everything's fine, right? But they're keeping their eye on you through third, fourth, and fifth party situations. They have multiple people trying to figure out where your heart is. You know, they want to know how you're feeling after that sting. So just be aware. Just be aware. Gemini, we will look deeper into the extended about this. We're going to take a look deeper into the emotional root and get some guidance on how you can keep going towards this light. We're going to take a deeper look at the emotional root of your person, find out, you know, what the hell is their issue. It does seem like some mama drama. It is Cancer season, so it is about, you know, the emotional roots and also ancestral trauma, our relationship with motherhood and things like that. And then we will also take a look at how to manifest the highest vibrational timeline for you in the month of July. Let's see, what does Gemini need to hear about love right now? Well, it looks like quite a few things, dear Gemini. Quite a few things. We have, each of us is an angel with only one wing. We can only fly by embracing one another. So yeah, the thing is like, here you are flying by yourself, and it's very, very positive. I feel like, you know, eventually you are going to, you know, find someone that can help you fly, right? And get in a better relationship. But I feel like this is kind of that codependency like issue here that is coming out with them. I feel like that's kind of the energy that they're coming to you, is like, oh, you can't fly by yourself, right? But you are flying by yourself. And I feel like they're, you know, like, oh, you know, only when we're together can we reach that peak. But like, nah, because you're doing it alone. Love cures people, both those who give it and those who receive it. So yeah, love is curative, of course. Like, love is the best medicine, you know, after laughter. But yeah, love really does cure people, both those who give it and receive it. So make sure that you are open to receiving love, right? Not this emotional manipulation, parasitic stuff. And I feel like that's kind of how it was, is like, you know, it's like you were curing them by giving them your love, and they, you know, were receiving it, but it looks like they weren't giving love to you, right? It looks very, very one way. And the only way that they could try to show their love is, you know, maybe through material things. So just make sure that you keep your heart open to love. Yeah, love is beyond the brain. You know, I do feel that you still love this person despite everything that they've done. And it's because it is beyond the brain. And for those of you who it's your twin flame, you know, there's some energetic work here that needs to be done. And follow me into the extended and we will look deeper, you know, because truly if you want to, you know, soar, you know, as one, then, you know, yes, you want to unite with the twin flame, and it is beyond the brain. It is beyond comprehension that even though they can do all this stuff, that you still love them, right? But if you want them to become the person that you truly know they are, you know, in order for you to fly together, then, you know, it looks like you're energetically doing the work, right? Because you're putting yourself first, you're going towards the light and going towards positive emotions only. And if you keep doing that, it's going to force them to energetically, you know, change themselves. So it looks like you're doing exactly what you need to do, but we will take a closer look. Like I said, Gemini, if you want to follow me into the extended, the link is in the description box below. For those of us where we part here, again, please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I send to you. And I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.